fabulous. I'm going to share something what I feel about marijuana, and it may shock you. I talked about this about 4 years ago, but I was doing a little research tonight for the state of Missouri where I live. And so I'm talking about marijuana and what I feel about it. And so I guess if you got to leave the channel, you get to leave the channel. If you stay, then great. Yeah, I guess you stay. This is my heart. I'm true to who I am. Take it, leave it, do whatever you got to do with it. Hey everyone, I hope that you are doing well. So I was doing a little research tonight about marijuana. Now, I have actually got on my YouTube channel a long time ago and talked about marijuana. And I know it's very controversial to a lot of people. For some people, maybe you might look at me and think that, you lose credibility with me for what I'm fixing to say. I have always said this. I will continue to say this. The Most High knows my heart. He's always known my heart from the beginning of my life, even to the end, and even right now, what I'm fixing to say. I'm not a religious person or a religious channel, but I do know that if we are upright, if your tree be true, the root will always be true. All right. You deal with some people that go to the doctor and they mix potions for you for your RX that are like OMG, over the tops, and they tell you also when you're on this drug, don't drive or stuff like that. I'm for natural things, and marijuana, or what they call cannabis, can grow in the ground. It's a seed-bearing plant, and everything else. And so just like, if you drink your wine and stuff like that, you need to be careful. You don't want to drink and drive either. But, I can just show you things out of the scripture, a seed-bearing plant, and also go back to drinking energy. And even the Most High himself said in certain situations and times and seasons and festivals and stuff, he even states strong drink was acceptable. So, you go ahead and be all religious and holier than thou and your little whatever that you want. If your heart be true and its root is the truth and for righteousness, then everything in moderation, and you are of the truth, and people need to get out of their stupidness. And I'm not trying here to sway anybody in one way or the another for somebody to go, oh well, I'm going to go do this because whatever. You've got to be secure in the Most High. Okay, so don't, just take what I say or anything else. You've got to find the Mashiach. You've got to find Yehovah and all the things that he's given us, and be confident in his word and things like that. But apparently Missouri has passed for recreational and medical marijuana, and they were stating for, I think it said February or something like that, pertaining to recreational use of marijuana. Recreation is a refreshment or occurring of a person, or a refreshment by eating something, as well as a recovery or from illness, is what the word recreation means, and things like that. And I will say that cannabis and or marijuana is very refreshing if you're somebody who likes to just relax and stuff like that, and to revive and to restore and to anew, and maybe it makes you creative when you do partake in the plant itself, and it is a plant. And it is recreation means to refresh oneself. It's amusement as well. Who doesn't want to be amused? Especially if you've been somebody who has been literally pushed in a corner and you can't have no friends, or you can't have no family, or you can't have nothing. Well, that's a bunch of crap, and my Elohim gives me a way to escape and to be refreshed and renewed, and gives us things even right out of the earth, and all things moderation, right? Okay. Well, anyway, this is my take on it, and I say it's about dang time, because I specifically remember maybe about 4 years ago talking about this very thing as well. Love me, hate me, it really don't matter to me. Nobody gives a rip about me anyway. Maybe you do love me, maybe you do love me or hate me. Maybe you are surprised at this conversation. I don't know where your stance is with me. I'm just a true person, and these are my feelings, and I am for just being in the truth and just enjoying life, even though when you tune into readings and things like that, it may be real strict to some people. I'm just for the truth, people, and the truth is strict as far as what's the truth about a matter. Anyway, I'm just talking about this because I was thrilled to see that Missouri has passed this. For me, I can't wait to partake in it and to just relax. And I would rather smoke a joint than drink something just to relax. That's just personal for me. And like I said, we can find all this stuff in the scripture anyway. There's a lot of things that are hidden to people, and the people like, oh my God, you said whatever. But listen, people, there are a lot of things hidden in the scripture that for a lot of my years, I was just like so religious until the Most High began to just show me things and just unfold things. People need to break out of the box, and I'm not trying to influence anybody to go, take marijuana or even to drink wine if you don't. If you don't, and that's your conviction, that's your conviction. You better stake to your conviction, or you'll be judged by your conviction. Okay, it's very important for you and I to seek the Father. If you be true, you'll always be true. If you got something in you leading you away or enticing you, you better be careful with that as well. It's about growing up now and knowing who you and I are, and all that kind of stuff. And I've been for 4 years been suppressed because people think that they got to put a cap on who Shannon is. Well, you don't get to do that to me. I am who I am, and I do not apologize for who the Most High made me to be. He sees my heart. Don't give a rip what you think my heart looks like. The Most High sees my heart, knows my heart, has tried my heart. He knows it when he squeezes me out of it. Even if I'm crying in pain, I'm always going to give him praise. Regardless, I say, though he slay me, yet will I still worship him, because he's my creator. But I just wanted to specifically touch on this subject, and I'm thrilled about it, and I'm not ashamed to say about it either. Shalom. If you don't listen